up, guys? This is Anja Evanson coming at you from CrossFit North Ups. This is actually the one and only CrossFit gym here so far on this island in Åland, Finland. So I'm super excited to be here today to talk to you guys about fitness. Last week, one of my friends messaged me and asked me, Anja, how do I get started with my fitness? And I thought, wow, what a great question. I think there are probably so many, millions of people out there that are wondering the same thing and are off their fitness game, not because they want to be, but because they just don't know where to get started and what route to take, because there honestly are so many different directions you can take, and it can be very overwhelming. So I thought I'd share some advice here today for all of you that may be wondering just kind of where to begin and how to get started with your fitness. And I'll tell you a little bit about my fitness journey as well along the way. We're going to start off with basically defining what type of beginner you are in your fitness career here. So I've created 4 different categories, and today, because I realized there was so much that I wanted to talk about for all of these different categories, I'm actually only going to go over person 1 and person 2. Even if you're person 3 or 4, you might want to consider continuing to watch this video because there are going to be some things that will be of value to you as well. But basically, person 3 and 4, I'm going to be covering in a video next week. First of all, are you the inconsistent person? So this is somebody that's maybe started their fitness maybe 5 times, maybe 10 times, who knows how many times, but basically you feel like every time you start, you're a beginner. Okay, so you've done a little bit of fitness, but you just cannot keep a routine to save your life. Person number 2 is going to be the novice. So this is the brand new beginner. You've never lifted a dumbbell in your life. You've never really been to the gym. You've never done much physical activity of any sort. Person number 3 is the team player. And this is somebody that has a sports background, that may have competed in the past, maybe in their high school years or their younger years, and now you're out in the real world by yourself. You're not on a sports team anymore, and so now it's up to you to start training by yourself, and you don't really know what to do or where to go from here. And then last but not least, we have the injured/limited person. This is somebody that may have experienced an injury in the past, and so it's really hard for you to know where to go because you have some sort of limitation, or maybe you were even born with a physical ailment of sorts and you don't really know how to get started because it's just so much that you know you're going to have to modify and work around, and you don't really know what to do about that. So if you are person A and you are super inconsistent with your fitness routine, firstly, you need to figure out what your downfalls are and why do you keep being inconsistent. Look back at your patterns and figure out where do you keep falling off and what keeps going on in your head in those moments when you're falling off. Some examples of downfalls are A, doing the same thing over and over and over again and hoping it's going to give you a better result each time. Okay, answer, you need to try something new. B, you may not have any specific measurable goals for yourself. And if you don't have any goals, the momentum and the motivation is going to be very, very low for you when you actually try to hit the gym. So if you feel like you're just working out because you're obligated to stay healthy, that's not going to give you very much motivation to keep going. C, you might be going to the gym, but you don't really know what you're doing, and you might feel very overwhelmed because you know what you want, but you don't really know how to get there. So you might just be copying everybody else and doing what they're doing at the gym. But later on, you realize, okay, this isn't getting me to my goals. So you end up quitting because you realize, I don't know what I'm doing. And then D, you might just be beating yourself up in your head. And you might be telling yourself that you hate your body every single day. What are the thoughts that you are thinking on a daily basis when you look in the mirror? Are you self-criticizing constantly? Because that in itself is going to keep you away from the gym and keep you away from achieving your goals because you just don't believe in yourself. But you need to remember, you are stronger than your thoughts, and your thoughts are only real as long as you let them be. And that one's going to be a hard one to get through. And I have been there myself. I have done a lot of self-criticizing, a lot of self-loathing. And it is something that you're going to need to practice at getting better at, is just loving yourself and being kind to yourself with your words. But it is possible to switch that mental attitude and actually create a better relationship with yourself and your body. So if you are inconsistent with your fitness, figure out, first of all, where your downfalls are and what do you need to do to change those. Now, the 2 biggest reasons why I believe that anybody falls off of their fitness game is because A, they may hate what they're doing, or they don't have a plan or direction. So if you're a novice or if you're an inconsistent person, you need to figure out a plan and a direction, and that usually calls for help. You cannot be afraid to ask for help when getting started with practically anything. So the best way that you are going to be able to stick to your goals and get accountability and achieve your goals is to get a coach. Guys, I cannot even imagine where I would be today if I had started my fitness journey with a coach instead of just going to the gym by myself and not knowing what the heck I was doing for the first 2 years of my fitness. But when I was 18 years old, I figured that I was finally worthy enough to get a gym membership and I wasn't a little child anymore. Even though I wanted to actually start working out earlier, I didn't really feel comfortable getting a gym membership until I was 18 years old, which is a sad thing in itself. But anyways, when I was 18, I got a gym membership to Planet Fitness and I started going 3 times a week, and my goal was to get freaking ripped. I wanted to build muscle, I wanted to get swole, and so I walked into the gym and I started just basically doing what everybody else was doing because I thought, well, these people know what they're doing. So I got on a treadmill, started running, started doing some bicep curls with dumbbells, and then I would call it a day. And just so y'all can get a little visual, I was basically a stick. Okay, and I did not want to lose weight. I wanted to gain weight. Guess what I did when I started running on the treadmill every day and then doing like 3 sets of 15 bicep curls? I lost weight. People were telling me that my face was like getting too thin and my cheeks were caving in. And I was like, what the heck? This is not what I want. This is literally the opposite of what I want. So after about a year and a half, 2 years of me just kind of going to the gym and not knowing what I was doing, I ended up going to college and finding a weightlifting coach and just the coach that was the director of intramurals at my college. And they weren't my personal coaches, but they were there at the gym and they helped me out a ton. And I actually started like squatting with a barbell for the first time and deadlifting and doing things like that. And that's when I really started getting on my way to some sort of fitness that was getting me somewhere. So I was learning from them, I was doing my research, and then after I graduated college, I ended up at the CrossFit gym that I was now at for the past 3.5 years. I got my CrossFit level 1, level 2, so I learned a ton there. I've learned a ton just through coaching and then being coached by the other coaches at my gym. And now I'm actually at a place again where I've been feeling like this for a while. I don't really have a direction with my fitness. I've been pretty frustrated actually because sure, I know how to work out. I know how to program workouts, but I don't really know where I'm going or how to actually achieve some of the goals that I have for myself that have been goals for a very, very, very long time. So I'm actually about to go through a little trial period where I'm gonna have a personal coach writing my programs for me. And I'm super excited about that because I really do believe in that. And that is going to be the best way for really anybody to get to their goals the fastest and not spend so much time trying to figure out what they're doing by themselves, and also just to make sure that you're staying whole and you're not injuring yourself and that you're doing the right things for your body. So now that you know a little bit about my fitness background, all of this just goes to say that basically if you're a person that's not opposed to going to the gym, but every time you go you maybe feel intimidated or you maybe feel overwhelmed and you just can't keep yourself accountable, or you want to know how to do things the right way, you're going to get the most bang for your buck with a personal trainer. But you can also start out with group classes. I don't think that's the wrong route to take, but it depends on how specific your goals are and if you have a measurable kind of timeline that you want to achieve those goals. But if you do start out in a group class, I think the main thing is that you want to make sure that you're in an environment where people care about you and you have a coach that you can create a relationship with. Because if you're at a gym where there's just like 5 million members and you're just kind of coming in and leaving and you're not really talking to anybody or even creating a relationship with the coach especially, you're not probably going to get to your goals very fast, especially if you do have some specific goals and you don't have that one-on-one attention. You don't have that person that's going to actually know how to take you from where you are to where you want to go. So just make sure that you're in a trusted environment where people care about you and you actually feel safe. The last thing I'm going to wrap up this video with, and this really goes for every single person in every one of these categories, is like I mentioned earlier, I think the second biggest reason why people fall off their fitness game is because they hate what they're doing and they're just exercising because they feel obligated to stay healthy, and that is just not fun. So lastly, you need to find a type of fitness that's going to be fun for you, that you're going to be excited to do. I think that a lot of people associate fitness with the gym, but really there's so many different types of physical activity that can keep you just at least maintaining a healthier lifestyle than if you were just sitting on the couch. So if you're a person whose goal is literally just to move your body and you do not care about getting a coach, you don't want to be in a gym environment, you don't have to be. There are so many different types of physical activities that you can do that include Biking, hiking, swimming, dancing, climbing, ice skating, skiing. Did I already say dancing? The options are endless, people. I had a friend who was very sedentary their entire lives, and they had never been to a gym, never really worked out, didn't do anything much physically active other than taking walks daily. And then they found ice skating, and they literally just tried this out one day, and now they do this 3 times a week, and they are so passionate about it. So really, it's just about finding something, experiencing something for the first time that's gonna stick with you and that you're excited to go back to. My last girlfriend always enjoyed dancing, but had never really taken it seriously until she finally took one salsa basics class and then ended up joining 3 performance teams like right off the bat, and now she's like in the year-round competitors team that she had to qualify to get into all within 6 months. So basically she finally just let her passion pour out after just taking this one simple class and realized that this was something that she wanted to become great at. So guys, figure out what's going to be fun for you and that you're going to want to continue to get better at. I'm not talking about going ice skating or going dancing, one time and thinking, oh, that was fun, and then not doing it for another 2 or 3 months. You need to figure out something that you are going to want to stay consistent at and keep going to, because this is a skill that you want to get better at, or it's just a community of people that you just enjoy being around so much. Sometimes it's not even the fitness that keeps you coming back. Sometimes it's just the people. So make sure you surround yourself with encouraging, motivating people that have similar goals like you. So that concludes my video for at least part 1 of how to get started with your fitness. Hopefully this helped. Hopefully you gained some value from it. Here are a few pointers that basically recap what we talked about in this video. If you are person 1 or person 2 up there, that should help you get the ball rolling. Thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you, and I hope you have a fantastic week and a motivational Monday, and I will see you guys next week for part 2 of how to get started with your fitness. Peace, love, and fitness. I'm so excited I can finally do an actual handstand hold again now. It took me 81 days to dare to get upside down again after I broke my hand, but I can finally do it.